Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to explain to you what the fuck is going on with Susano. He's nonsense. That's what's going on with Susano. Okay, look. I just wanted to make a quick video to explain to you guys. This is the new guy, Susano. For those of you on my channel who may not follow Smite as regularly, he's a brand new god. He was released literally this morning. He was on PTS before that, but now he's up. He's live, and he's super motherfucking strong. Super motherfucking strong. Now, there are a couple of things that I'd like to test, that I wanted to test with Susano. One of the first things that came to mind was, because of the way that his 1 works, I wanted to see how the interaction with Hydra's Lament on his 1 affected his overall damage output. So, for those of you who are confused or curious, maybe they don't know why I would wonder about Hydra specifically. Hydra's, if you look at it, has an effect. For 8 seconds after using an ability, your next basic attack will deal an additional 30% damage. Now, there's no cooldown on this. So as long as you use an ability, 8 seconds, your next auto does 30% more damage. Now, whether it hits someone or doesn't hit someone, it does more damage. Now you look, here's his first auto. Right now it does 168. You throw that ability out, the next one does 218. There you go, more damage. Again, 168, use an ability, next one does 218. If you miss your auto, you miss it, you swing, 168. So it doesn't carry over. That was a Polynomicon used to work like that back in the old days. It was the next basic attack that connected that would actually do the bonus damage. They've removed that to try to balance it out so that now it does more damage, but if you miss, you fucked up and you've wasted your additional damage. Now, I wanted to see how it interacted with his 1 because his 1 is very interesting. It is a 3-phase move. That means that you can do it 3 different times for 3 different effects. So, the first one is a cone, kind of like this, but it's a little bit shorter. It's like right at the 30 unit mark. See? 30 units in front of you. You just smack somebody. Now, if you want to know what the damage is, right now with the items that I have Bluestone Pendant because every time that you connect with the 1, it actually stacks the effect of Bluestone Pendant, which means early on with 1 ability, you can actually do an additional, what is it, 60 damage because it's 30, I think, per hit? Yeah, 30 physical damage over 2 seconds, max 2 stacks, so it's 60 additional damage as long as you hit him twice. Pretty good. Let's see. So the first one is Little Cone. The second one is a big-ass AoE, 30 units entirely around you. The last one is a 30-unit dash. Everything is within 30 units, by the way, so if you're confused and you have as long as you have the ruler, if they're within that 30-unit mark, they're going to get hit. Period. Around you in a circle for the second phase, because the second phase of this is huge fucking AoE, which is absolutely amazing. It will hit anything behind you. It'll hit anything beside you. It hits everything. So, really, really good. Now, here's the thing. You have a set amount of time to actually use the next phase. Now, if you look right here, this is basically telling you what the phase of your 1 is because it's the Storm Kata, which is basically like a kata is a series of moves that together make a different move, basically. So it's like punch, uppercut, into elbow, into knee. That'd be like the fuck you up kata, right? Not really, but for an example. Each of those individual moves may have a different name. Like you may call your forward punch the fist of face fucking. The elbow may be the elbow of annihilation. The knee may be rising tiger or something. I think that's an actual move in Muay Thai. So it might be rising tiger. But all together, it's the fuck you up kata. So, or fuck your face kata. I can't remember what I called it. Anyway, Storm Kata, 3 different moves. So whenever you activate it, this thing will change. So you've got like, right now it's telling you that it's going to be your slice in front of you. Now the second one is showing you it's the circle. The third one, it's showing you that it's the dash. Now, as it disappears, you guys have probably figured out that's the timer for it. That means that once it's gone, you've interrupted the kata and you can no longer complete it. So, if you wait, and that disappears, boom, the kata is over, the move goes on cooldown. But that's a decent amount of time. That's 3 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. 3 seconds to fire the next one. That's for everything. Now, Nemesis has a similar trait where she can dash once, and then within, I think, 2 seconds, she can dash a second time. The thing is, I have to confirm this, but I'm like 95% sure, if you use another ability to interrupt her dash, she won't get her second dash. So if you dash in, slice and dice, and then try to dash out, you can't, because you've interrupted the sequence of her abilities, so you can't use it. It's a sequential move. You have to do 1, then 2. You can't mess it up. There's no 1.5. 1, 2. You fuck it up, you lose the sequence. This is a non-sequential ability. You can fuck up the sequence all you want. As long as you do the next move within 3 seconds, you're fine. So, if you hit this, it immediately does this. If you right-click out of it, you can throw your ability. You can throw your other ability. And as long as you're fast enough on it, which I had to explain that real quick, so I missed it. But as long as you're fast enough, you can use the second move. So let me show you what I mean. We'll do this, then I'll cancel out of the AoE, and instead I'll throw his 3. Then I'll go back into the AoE. After that, I'll cancel out of the dash and use his 2. Then I'll go back into the dash. So you can use it out of sequence. So it's like, boom, cancel out, throw it. Boom, cancel out, use this. Boom, then your dash is up. You can do it out of sequence. You've got freedom. You've got 3 seconds to do stuff. That's big. That's a lot of time to do shit. Alright, so that's one big thing. So the next thing I was trying to figure out was, I wonder if each sequence, each part of the kata will activate his motherfucking Hydras, if he has Hydras. The answer is yes. 168. Cancel out. 218. Cancel out. 218. Dash. That's 273. Now, because it's fast enough, you're actually doing his attack chain, which means that it's 1.25. So, hold on a second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I had a phone call as well. So, your attack, you get to use your attack chain, which means the last hit is going to be, normally it'd be 210, but you get the 30% additional, so it jumps up to 273. So you have to get used to being able to do it, but it takes a little bit because you have to cancel out of it with right click. So it's basically like activate ability, right click, activate, right click, activate, right click, while still auto attacking. So it's a little tricky. You'll have to practice a little bit, and I've just started playing him when I discovered this, so I haven't got the timing down perfectly just yet. But it's definitely doable. That second one, for some reason I hit right click, didn't want to get out of it. But I'll tell you, I'll show you another thing that makes that really good too. Because you can do this and then hit, and then do that and then hit. If you're fast enough, since you can throw each of those individual moves out, you can actually auto attack in between that as well. So you can do this. Oh, I fucked that up. But you can do the first one, cancel out, auto attack, and throw like your 2. Well, not your 2, because your 2 takes a little bit too long, but your 3 is really fast. So you can be like this, auto attack, throw, auto attack, that, and then cancel out, auto attack, and then dash, auto attack. So you can actually chain him, and that's 30. That's a 30%. That's 30% more damage in between each of those. That's, you know, 1 right there, 1 right there, and then if you were fast enough, I was too slow because I'm trying to talk and do this at the same time, which really slows me down. So that's let's see. So that's 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then if you can do that, if you can make that work, that'd be 4, and then dash would be 5. Yeah. So that'd be 5. 5 auto attacks that you can fit in between each of your abilities, each of them doing 30% more damage. Which, what is that? That's 150 additional damage that you're just throwing into the mix. So yeah! If you can max out that combo, you're gonna be fucking people up. And that's just with 3 items. Now granted, I'm attacking like level 1 Odins over here, but they're here specifically so that you can experiment on damage and see that kind of stuff. So the way Hydra's is right now, that's going to be super fucking powerful. So I suggest you you get to practicing so that you can hit your combo, because if you can hit that combo, you're going to fuck people up. It's already going to be hard enough for them to escape. I mean, you could just go ahead and do that for like 500 damage and then auto attack them once. But just as long as you can do it, as long as you can practice it. That's the real hard part. I have to really get to that right clicking, because apparently you can't cancel out of it until you finish the actual attack animation. And that last one's a little hard because you're going to be dashing through them, so you'd be like dashing away. A little bit harder to time that, but you actually have time at that point. So like if they're running or something, you can just dash at them real quick and then hit them with the last one. If they're trying to run away from you, or you can chase them if they're trying to leap away from you or dash away from you. So yeah, it's going to take a little bit of practice, but you can also find a way to finagle the other 2 moves into there, so you'll have 2 additional hits with 30% damage. So Hydra's on Susano. It's fucking OP ass shit. So go work on your combo, guys. Because I know there's players out there that are way fucking better than me, and if I can do it like this, I know that people out there like fucking Lasses or the Cyclone Spin, Andister, like they're gonna show you some shit that this guy can do that's just gonna blow your mind. So that's it for this video. It's a real quick cap. Oh, and I don't know, I guess if anyone else wants to know the rest of his abilities, his 2 when he grabs somebody. Let's go over here. Your 2 is a pull. It's got about a 35 meter or 35 unit range. You pull people to you. Your 3, you throw it. It's a bleed. You'll see that little indicator at his feet. That's you can teleport. And as long as you teleport, the cooldown is 6 seconds, I believe. As long as you use the teleport, you see it reduces it to 6 seconds. So if you teleport immediately, the cooldown goes from 10 seconds to 6 seconds, which is pretty good. But if you decide not to, by the time it runs out, it's 7 seconds. So you end up gaining, or like 8 seconds actually. So you end up taking 2 seconds off, or up to like 4 seconds off, as long as you actually use it to teleport. And since it's like Chalk Axe, you can use it for pretty crazy jukes. Really good ability. He's got a lot of movement. On top of that, you know, you can do this and then throw that, run over here, do this, and then you still have a dash that you can utilize. So the fact that you can save that dash for stuff is gonna add just a monstrous amount to his fucking moves. Also, you got this thing.
Rage, blow.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's his ult. He just drops a hurricane. I believe if you're standing in the middle, summons a hurricane in this location that pulls enemies towards the center while growing up to twice its size. Susano may activate this ability again to launch the storm in the direction he is facing, knocking up opponents in its path. So if it's here and you're looking in this direction, it'll launch that direction. If you're looking over there, it'll launch in that direction. If you're looking back here, it'll launch in this direction. Over there, it'll launch in that direction. It's not going to go to where you're looking. It's going to go in the direction that you're facing. So if you've activated it over here, and you're standing over here, and you're looking here, it's not going to go right here. It's going to go like here. So just keep that in mind. It'll be it can be kind of confusing. But it's basically fucking raw snipe that is the size of your entire lane. So that's great. So you got this bleed that's also a teleport. You got this pull. That's just a pull. You can miss it and they can dodge out of it because it has a delay, as you saw right there. And then you got this, which is just like some crazy bullshit. You can hit both of them and dash away after you're done. Bluestone Pendant will stack with each level of that, so you can do an additional like 60. You can have an additional 60 damage at the beginning of the game just by utilizing one move. It only uses mana on the first hit, so the second hits do not use any additional mana. So that's great. Yeah, that's Susano. It's fucking OP. Well, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry it's a little bit more long-winded than I wanted, but I was really excited to explain that because there's some crazy shit. I'm sure a lot of you will be able to figure that on your own, but I figured I'd give you a heads up in case you didn't have time to play around with them. So, That's it for this episode, guys. This is Sage, and as always, peace.